second half action, Memorial Stadium. CPHS Channel 6, your home of high school boys football action. I am the Big D, Derek Work. Joining me, Damian Pollock. Damian, your thoughts on the first half of play and what you might expect from both teams in the second half?
Well, I think that the Ford is going to keep on throwing the ball around to its impressive, talented quartet of receivers, so I don't think there's going to be much change. I think they should stay with the same game plan since they scored on the second to last possession before the half there. So I think they were moving the ball well at the end there, and hopefully we'll see what the Huskies defense has to say about that, if they can keep the clamps on. I mean, they did an impressive job at the first, only holding them to one touchdown in the first half, so we'll have to see what happens. It should be interesting to see.
As you see on the field there from the 35-yard line here before play, there's actually the kicker, Brian Hassenflug, kicking field goals. And I tell you, what a leg this kid's got. I mean, he's putting it, he's clearing the end zone there by a great deal, and he's kicking from the 35. That there's a 45-yarder.
And with this, if it stays this close, you never know when you're going to have to kick that 45 with zero or no time on the clock.
Okay, obviously a 7-6 game first half. Is this kind of game you expected, and do you expect to see it again happening this half? And what can you do to offset a defensive game like this, to open up the offense?
Well, I think you just got to, the defense on either ball is going to get tired, so I think you just got to take advantage of the situations and keep pounding the ball, spreading the ball around, and with the time that Krenzel has, he's able to find the receivers, but it's just the defense that's not allowing any yards after the catch.
Okay, the kickoff to open up this half of play, taking number 48 right there, number 49 actually, Greg Oliverio, gets around one, gets around another, and finally wrapped up at the 34-yard line.
He was lucky on that catch too. He almost caught it on one knee, so that was a lucky play there for the special teams.
Good to see, finally, the Ford cheerleaders have made their way over in front of us upon your request.
Yeah, I let the coach know what was going on, so he sent them right over. But we got more important things to look at in like this football game in front of us here.
1st and 10 from the 33, Craig Krenzel, still to operate at quarterback. Fakes a handoff on the rollout.
Some kind of screen. No.
Good pass rush. Oh, what a block there. Throw. Nice pickup and the catch to the 51. Still fighting down to the 44-yard line. Can't say enough about the block we saw back there.
I thought they were setting up for some screen the way that the defense was let go. Is usually the D-line let the defense go, but then they came back to the other side. Massive block that sprung Krenzel to complete that pass.
And you know what was amusing there about that block? Steve McFarland, number 55 for Northern, he was the one blocked, but I tell you, as hard as that hit was, they didn't move him.
I mean, they just probably just stunned him for a little bit, but that was just enough time for Krenzel to get that pass off.
Okay, so 1st and 10 from the 45. For a wideout set again. They send Mike Hall in motion. The pitch back to him. Good defense, though, and tackled. The initial stop might have had him back at about the 49 for a big loss, but instead he picked up maybe 2.5 to 3. And that'll bring up 2nd down. They had that really defended well.
Mm-hmm. They took the quarterback in. They had a man on the pitch man also, so heads up play by the defense.
Ryan Zach has checked into the game for Ford as one of the wideouts. You can see 3 of them far side, 1 near side, and 1 back. The Huskies showing blitz seemed to work in the first half. Late rush from Carson. Sacked right there, a beauty, number 57. Tim Ropish, sorry, my mistake. I tell you, that's a huge play, and he's down.
And the offense really spread the field there, so that has to be commended to the secondary. There's more of a coverage sack, but there was a Falcon player wide open in the middle of the field, and that seems like that's where most of the passes have been completed, is like right up the middle, not towards the sidelines. So the secondary's taking away the sidelines, but they got to do a better job of covering the middle. But that was a good play by the defense, a coverage sack, and that's what they really needed.
5 wideouts again. The run and shoot look. Out to the sideline to Resmer. Resmer shakes off tackles beautifully. And basically, I think it's safe to say there, Resmer made something out of nothing.
Oh, I mean, he had 3 Huskies right in front of him. He did a little shake and bake and was able to break a tackle to get a positive yardage. It looks like he was going to be stopped right where he caught the ball for a minimal gain.
So at the 39-yard line now. Really says something about the faith they have in Krenzel as well as the coaching staff, because you see these receivers not just running a lot of short routes, but you saw a short route there. That's not a good example. But a lot of them are running the longer routes. He needs the pass protection. Good scrambling ability to do that, though, doesn't he?
Exactly, for him to complete anything. But again, I got to commend the Huskies secondary for taking away the long ball, though.
Okay, 4th down, a forward punting situation. And that's either movement or delay of game. It is delay of game. It doesn't really kill them, that call, 4th down anyway, but you don't like to see it nonetheless.
No, but I think it's actually a pretty good call just to give him a little bit more room.
So that makes it now 4th and 9, but again, the punt.
But then it really takes away any chance for a fake if they were trying to do that.
Number 21, Scott Albert, back to return once again. And that's almost blocked, actually. A good punt. Puts Albert back once again on his heels at the 8. Fighting for yards. Good block, but he's down right there. He had some room to run, but on the whole, some very good special teams coverage.
Nice block, but then he got curled by the ankles, it looked like. So again, Huskies start deep in their territory.
We'll see what this Husky offense can do. On the whole, you mentioned that you were not real impressed that first half with their offense. What can they do differently if Damian Pollock is the coach?
First of all, I mean, I don't have any really room to offer any coaching advice, but maybe just open it up a little bit more, because running between the tackles, I mean, is getting minimal gain. So
the fake to Boyer there. They give to Cedric Evans around the right tackle for a short gain. Looks more like about 5 from this angle. And they give him 6, so what do I know?
We're just announcers.
So 2nd and 4. So you're saying you'd spread the offense out a little bit, do some different things.
Yeah, spread the defense a little bit thinner at the corners.
Once again, an up the middle run. I believe that was Boyer this time. Yes, it was. I would guess that's about 3rd and a short one, looks to me. Really short one. Oh, they're going to measure this now, so yeah. Definitely. Well, Damien has just announced this is your last chance for the 50-50 draw tonight.
I think I'll pass.
You do you? Yeah.
I don't think it's a big enough crowd for a big enough payday, so I'm just not going to bother.
No, you don't care tonight? Well, you've been known to win on past evenings.
Yeah, that was quite a while ago, so
Yeah.
I think I'll have someone else maybe make their weekend here.
Well, interesting enough, they decided to measure, and yes, folks, it was a first down, so the Huskies will now start on the first down.
And that's what they need to sustain their drive for deep in the end zone is first down after first down and move the ball down the field.
They start from the 19. Give to Boyer, fighting, nothing there. Among tacklers, number 22, Mike Karazinski. Among tacklers. And that makes it 2nd down and 7 now for the Huskies from their own 22. 8:10 to go, 3rd quarter of play, 7-6. The Falcons lead the Huskies. They give this time to Evans. He's still fighting, nothing there. I tell you, they've really zoned into that up the middle running. Mike Hall among one of the tacklers. A lot of these offensive stars for the Falcons also play defense, as mentioned. DeMio and Mike Hall. And that shows the athletic ability.
Not just of Utica, but basically of the whole MAC Red, because I know a lot of teams that play. They have players that play both ways, but Northern likes to keep it 2 platoon, which just gets more kids involved, which is good to see.
Well, we have an official's timeout, I believe, an equipment problem. That's one good thing I like about high school football, you know. In college or the pros, you have a kind of an equipment timeout, injury timeout. Your team's charged, not an official. So,
right.
you know, that's a definite plus at this level. 2 wideouts, tight end, and the usual 2-back set for the Huskies. And we'll see what Kemp can do here. Falcon fans getting into it. It's a reverse, folks, but nothing doing. A great play there. The give originally was to 87, Dan Cross, but brought down there very, very nicely. A little bit different, but the Huskies insist they're going to win this game on running. That doesn't please you.
I'm not sure what the. I guess if they see something there that they're going to stick with this running game, they don't want to abandon it, which is good.
All right, here's the punt.
Nice
And that's a
move.
dandy, pushing him back, caught up at the 36-yard line, shakes one tackle, shakes another. I tell you, that's some pretty good wheels considering the situation. Brought out to the 44-yard line, number 19, Jeremy Resmer there with some good moves. He has their lone touchdown. Some would call it a fluke play. Others would call it a lot of talent. And I don't know if you can see him getting up, but he is kind of dirty there and kind of shaken up.
I don't know if he got a. Finger,
That's the one thing
finger
about
up
these
in the
Huskies
face.
tonight. They've been hitting pretty well, you know. They've been making them pay.
I don't think I've seen a Husky defense that wasn't afraid to hit or isn't always very aggressive, and that's just good coaching by the defensive coaching staff for the Huskies.
6:25 to go. 1st and 10 from the 44. Carried outside. Krezel's going to run it himself. And gets out of bounds after a gain of about 3.5.
And we're seeing totally 2 different offensive styles by each team. I mean, Northern insists on run, and Utica Ford offense insists that they're going to beat the Huskies through the air or with runs to outside of the tackles with an option or a sweeps and stuff like that. So it's interesting to see the 2 different coaching philosophies.
And obviously putting a lot of faith on Krenzel, the quarterback, who has looked sharp on the whole. He's got good poise, doesn't seem to panic under pressure. He's getting pressure now. The Huskies showing blitz. Man in motion. They give the option, but it's a reverse option and a beauty. He's got a lot of wheels outside. Down to the 40 is Greg Oliverio. Good play call there, wasn't it?
Yeah, mixed it up with a lot of different fakes, and I mean,
Well, I tell you
the
what they
runner
did.
just ran past everybody.
Yeah, what they ended up doing was bringing Hall with Krenzel on the actual option and then faking the other way with Oliverio. You don't see that work too often, but Oliverio demonstrated good speed to the outside.
And when it does work, it has impressive gains.
Krenzel back to pass. A lot of pressure. Scrambling out well. Throws it, and it's picked off again by Scott Albert. Down at the 32-yard line. They don't call that man big play for nothing. Scotty Albert with the big pick.
And that was a mistake by Krenzel, not just to throw that one in the dirt or into the sidelines, but he floated that one up for grabs.
And I tell you, there's been really nobody standing out on this Husky team this game. Not that you'd want to make a note of anyway, but I'll tell you something. Scott Albert for sure has. He's been really excellent on the defense, good coverage, 2 interceptions, 1 for a touchdown.
That's just exactly the play you need to keep up with these MAC Red teams too.
So Port Huron Northern takes over from the 33-yard line. It's 1st and 10. They fake the handoff. Kemp gonna take it. He's got no time. He's sacked right there, a 3-yard loss. And he lets them know about it too. 89, Steve Moschluck. sack.
We got a Husky player down.
I believe that's number 59, is it not? We can get that player to you. We'll get it here in a minute, if we can. I believe 79, Matt Worden, is down. 6'4", 316-pound offensive lineman. So if that is the case, I'll tell you, with that kind of size, they can't afford that. And he's getting up, so that's a good sign here. I think he may be just shaken up, maybe a cramp, you know. That happens a lot in this game. Definitely hope the best for him. Matt Worden is a senior offensive lineman on this team, so like many other seniors, he will be missed. And there you see some of the Port Huron Northern cheerleaders. And that's good to see. He's not limping. I think he was just shaken up a little bit there. We can hope that Matt Worden will indeed be back. I imagine he will be. Got to shake that one off. As do the Huskies now after that 3-yard loss. Kemp sacked on that play. So with 5:45 left to go, third quarter. 7-6, the Henry Ford Falcons on top. They're 2-1, would like nothing better than to go 3-1. Huskies 0-3, desperately seeking a win. Well, they show something different here, Damien. A 3 wide out, 1 back set. We'll see what happens. They send the man in motion. Kemp back to pass. They don't pick up the blitz well at all, and he's sacked again. I tell you, these you gotta credit the Ford defense because they're seeing something different, and once they see that, they're blitzing.
And then, I mean, it's for any, I mean, if they get, like, it's 3rd and 13 now, I mean, it's, for sure it's a passing down, but they just gotta give Kemp some time to do something.
They're going with the same look here. We'll see what they can do with this. Kemp yelling out last-minute instructions. The man in motion. Once again is Jeremy Marska. Back to pass Kemp. And you know what? That was a throw on the run, but I believe you got to catch that ball.
I mean, it's one of the rare passes. I mean, it was in his hands. I mean, it wasn't a traffic, and he probably would have gotten a good lick, but you can't worry about that. When you
I think that was a pretty good pass from Kemp, though.
Oh, yeah.
Christofferson was open. He had his man beat. Looks like that kid's got a little bit of wheels on him.
I mean, it was a slant pattern. I mean, he would have had a first down if he would have caught the ball. So
here's the punt now from Duke Campbell. The fair catch being called by number 12, Ryan Zach, who's making it look a little bit like an adventure.
It looks like every punt's been an adventure for that Falcon team, but I mean, then they have good field position again. So now it's time for the Huskies defense to rise to the occasion again.
And we'll see if they can indeed do the job. You really got to feel for Scott Albert tonight. 2 key interceptions, and the offense has not responded to them. 1st and 10 from the 39 now, the Falcons will operate.
No one's really been able to do anything with the turnovers tonight.
Krenzel, back to pass. Late blitz, picked up nicely over the middle of the Mike Hall. The big man with good hands down to the 39-yard line. Actually, the 44-yard line, my mistake. And a first down for Henry Ford. Do you see how Mike Hall catches the ball, too, Damien? This can't really be taught. Well, it can be taught. It's just one of those things that you got to teach, and he catches it with the hands, you know? Catches it the point of the ball with the hands. And I tell you, he's been the go-to guy on this team, and he's been excellent. As big as a tight end, of course, in this run-and-shoot offense, you're not going to see that. But I'm impressed with him tonight.
I think it's so he doesn't catch the ball with against his body where he has a chance to be deflected. So, I mean, he's got soft hands for a big man.
Back to pass again is Krenzel. What a play by the Duke. Oh, the Duke there. Duke Campbell with a huge sack.
Every time it seems like the Falcons are on the run or something like that and they make a big play, the Huskies are right back there to answer. So there's like, we'll give up a couple of plays, but we're not going to let you go any farther. So that's commendable for the defense not to get down on themselves after they give up a big play.
I tell you, folks, quote the Big D on this one. Duke Campbell's going places. That guy's got a fire under him when he gets like he wants it, I'll tell you. There's no stopping him. Loss of 10 on that sack. A great tackle to get it, too. He, like the Husky defense, showing blitz again. Here's Campbell in his face again. We'll see. Cresnell, he almost had him again. You got to hold your breath when that happens. But still a beautiful sack. Number 56 right there, Brad Bisnet.
Yeah, if he doesn't get the sack, I mean, there's always a host of Huskies there to finish the job for him.
I tell you, that's just fantastic. Fantastic is the best word you could say. Pass rush on 3 straight plays. Bringing up a 3rd down and 26. Don't think it's a stop.
Line isn't a bunch of small guys either. There's number 61 is Andre D'Angelo is 6'6", 355 pounds. So he's a load.
Krenzel to pass. He's on a rollout again over the middle, and that hit the ground, I think. And what do they rule? I don't think they're ruling it incomplete. So I tell you, that's the most impressive Husky drive I've seen, defensive style, all day. It really was impressive.
Right. I mean, I don't think that's where the Falcons started their drive was on a 40, and what are they in? Well, they're on the 40, so it's impressive defensively. Now let's see what the offense can do if they can rise to the occasion like the defense seems to do drive after drive.
Anthony DeMio picks up the high snap. They send guys in. That's punted in the crowd, folks. Here, look out. Heads up. Oh, what a catch over there by that man. Sign him up.
Yeah.
I'll tell you. Look, there he is right there. Guy at the bottom of your screen, as far left as you can look. I tell you, that hit off the wall. Just calm, cool, and collectively stuck out his palms, and I'll tell you.
Well, the rush was on by a host of Huskies, so the punter really didn't have much choice. I don't think he could have kicked it straight on with those ways the pressure was being put on, so he didn't have much choice but to angle it into the crowd.
I tell you, he's lucky to get it off.
I agree with you on that one.
You mean you don't agree with me on all of them?
No, on some of them I don't, but I don't let you know.
All right, Kemp, the give. Power game. They insist on this rugged, hard-nosed, get you up the middle style football, old style. And if it works, it works. But they're more of a grinding time possession team.
And if they get caught in a 3rd and long, it's...
Makes it tough, doesn't it?
Right, exactly.
2nd and 7 with 2:05 ticks to go. 3rd quarter of play. 7-6 Henry Ford on top of the Huskies. Kemp screaming as the Ford fans getting into it. Cedric Evans around the end, gain of about 3 more. So that's going to be about 3rd and 4, I would guess. So 3rd down and 4. Huskies, this is a big play here. They got to get some momentum for the 4th quarter.
Because I don't think they can, with the offense, it just hasn't been showing any promise. And watch out. Yeah, now get the 1st.
I tell you that's great concentration too. Intended, I believe, for Jeff Keith on the outside there. But great concentration there by number 9, Jason Clark, to haul that one in.
Because once he came back to the ball, he took himself actually out of 1st down, but then he realized that to keep this drive alive, that he has to get to that marker, and which he did. So that was a good play by the Husky offense. So first down in a while.
That's a little bit of luck, but I'll tell you, if it wasn't for bad luck, you wouldn't have that luck at all. But they had good luck there for sure. Fighting again, straight up the middle style, kill you type football. As that's number 3, Jeff Keith on the carry for a couple. Nothing has really blown me away this game, though. You know, kind of a more rugged up the middle style, as mentioned many times for the Northern, and basically a forward team that's had the talent offensively. They just haven't really scored.
Yeah, there really hasn't been the big play ball either. So
I tell you, the Huskies can't lose that. That brings up 2nd and long now.
yeah,
So delay of game called on the Huskies here. My mistake, a motion penalty there. I thought there was movement. So we'll see. Was Matt Schock as big a loss to them as he was as far as I'm concerned? I mean, you look at this team, they don't seem to have the heart on offense. Well, they do have the heart. It's just, you know, they're not getting the job done as they might have done last year.
last year's team lost a lot of seniors. And they're in the skill positions like linebacker, your wideouts. So, I mean, it's going to take a couple of years for the young guys to learn those skill positions and kind of revise their playing too. So I think it was a loss, but I mean, as for any type of, like any level of football, you lose a guy, I mean, there's always going to be someone there that's going to step up and play the game.
Obviously. Okay, so we'll see what happens in the 4th quarter and see if Kevin Kemp can indeed bring his Huskies back. At the end of 3 quarters of play, it's the visiting Henry Ford Falcons 7 and your Port Huron Northern Huskies 6. This is Channel 6, CPHS, Channel 6 that is, with high school boys football action. We'll see you 4th quarter, folks.